Hey guys, so today I'm uploading my final project, Code with Klossy video. My topic was the refugee crisis, which is a cause that I am very passionate about. I hope you guys learn a lot from this video, and enjoy!
Alright, hi guys, so we are Justice League. Before anyone asks, we're not here to talk about superpowers and those type of cartoons, but we are here to talk about social justice, which is a very broad topic that I feel that not a lot of us understand. And so throughout the presentation today, you'll see that there are going to be two topics that are going to come up the most, one being the Rohingya refugees, and the other being the war in Cameroon.
Civil war in Cameroon.
Yes. So basically, the Justice League is a group whose goal is to spread awareness through the use of our website. And our main goals are to talk about the refugee situation and also the situation in the war of Cameroon. And the main goal for this website is to actually be integrated into a non-governmental organization where they can use it and spread awareness about these two topics, as well as use, if you go down, as well as use the questions and comments section, which will kind of connect the dots between the common man and the people in need. So over here, this is one of the first things that we decided to implement was the comment section. So basically what the user can do using user input is input their name and kind of a message or something to the NGO of like maybe something that they recommend doing. And from there, that message will either go to the respective place, and they can also reach to the person in need, like for example, the refugees.
So basically what we did, we basically split down the work in the middle, and if you scroll all the way up, so scroll a little bit down, Okay, so I started the quiz, and we implemented radio buttons, and these are like daily things that happen like throughout this week, like for example, it asks you questions like if you know about the tragedies that have been happening, and like because most of them is like where people have been killed, and some people don't know about these recent like attacks. Most of them have been like attacks that have killed innocent children. An explosion that happened in Syria a few days ago that killed, I'm pretty sure, more than 200 people. There's been like terror attacks that have been happening in London for the past 2 weeks. And there was an unexpected flood that happened in New Delhi, India, which destroyed a lot of homes for a lot of people. And that's the part I did. And then, this one.
So another part that we added was the About tab. And this About tab covers both of our topics, the Rohingya refugees and the war in Cameroon. So before I go on, I'm just going to kind of briefly explain the refugee situation. So the Rohingya refugees, they are a group of people who are escaping the country of Myanmar and going to Bangladesh where they can seek refuge. Because in Myanmar, where they live, they're seeking persecution, they're getting killed, and a lot of groups from the government are actually going into these small towns and killing everyone. So all of the families, they're trying to go and flee into different nations. However, Bangladesh is a very big one, and they're saying that they can no longer take any more refugees. So that leaves the problem of where are the refugees going to go, and how are they going to get the supplies that they need. As you can see in this picture over here, there are about 100 refugees, and they're all trying to fight for one bag of rice. Ladies and gentlemen, that's one bag of rice. That would feed my family for about like 3 months. So I can't imagine the situation that they are going through.
If you scroll down, so mine is about the civil war in Cameroon, and in like 2016 is where like all the violent changes started to happen. I visited in 2012 and 2013, and it was really peaceful when I was there. But the problem is that there are two different languages. There's an English zone and a French-speaking zone. And the people who are in the English zone, they're called Anglophones, which is right there. And they feel like they're being like mistreated because they don't think they're getting the rights and the respect that they needed from the government. So they started to do strikes and protests, which are in the pictures. And the people in the government did not like that, so they started taking violent actions towards them, which was like taking down the rights, arresting people like violently, and then it went into like a whole chaos. And they stopped a lot of organizations. They enlisted an internet blackout, and only the English zone. So that means no one can use internet, everything's down. 3 years ago, they closed down all the schools because it was getting too dangerous for people to actually go outside because people were actually shooting, there were riots, people were getting killed like on the street, it was really bad. And then It's been ongoing for 6 years, and the president has been doing nothing, and while the government just kills innocent people while they walk by. All they're trying to do is fight for their rights, but they really can't because they have no weapons against them. So that's a sad thing. It affects my family because my mom actually was born and raised in Cameroon, Africa, and my dad too. And my grandma was there and my grandpa were there. I have a lot of family there. I have a big family. And it's sad because we have the money to take my grandma and my grandpa. They're now in Canada and they're gonna come to the USA soon. But it's really sad because we can't help the other people because they just can't help them. We have no one else to help them. So I think if we just spread the awareness and spread the problems about how there are different things that are happening, some people can get help because some people can't help themselves. So I think it can make one person can change many people's lives in that matter.
So onto some website design. If you go all the way up, you'll see that we added buttons up top. This website is a one-page website, and our navigation system is through this top bar over here. So we hooked it up so that if you can click one of these buttons, it will take you directly to that corresponding part in the page. And we also implemented the use of YouTube videos as well throughout our page, just to kind of give the people a brief overview if they couldn't read the paragraphs. And down here, we just also added just more about the United Nations and the NGOs. Again, this website is to educate people, educate citizens in the United States. And one of the NGOs that I added for the refugee crisis was the Humanitarian Practice Network. And their main goal, again, is to get these refugees the supplies that they need. However, one of the main things that is hindering them is the costs. A lot of NGOs, they don't have enough money, they don't have the manpower to help the people in the way that they would like to. And that's where our website would mainly come in. Not only would we educate the common man about such issues, but they could also be donating through the use of the questions and comments tab, as well as just trying to get involved. And by having such NGOs implemented in the website, that gives the people access to a way that they can help personally. And so now we're just going to talk about the Meet the Developers / activists. So my name is Kayla. I am part of a lot of tech organizations within my school. However, I've been doing Model UN for the past 3 years. And one of the topics that I was given was the refugee crisis. And once I saw the conditions that these people were living in, I was deeply moved and I felt a need to kind of talk to everyone else about that. I see in New York, let's say, we can go outside and we can go get a slice of pizza, or we can go and buy new clothing, but the sad reality is that not everyone can do that. And I think that through the use of a website or just talking about it is a great way to get more people involved.
Okay, if you scroll down a little bit more. Okay, my name's Cheyenne. I got into coding my freshman year. I'm going to be a junior in the fall right now. And I wasn't really into the activist thing or whatnot, yeah. But it was until the thing affected my family, and then I realized how much things in the US we take for granted, because we always can get stuff oh, we can go to the roller skating, we can hang out with our friends, it's all this other stuff that we have and the opportunities that we have that some people don't. And that's mostly why my mom came here to America, was for me to have opportunities, for me to have a great life. And I feel that we sometimes just take things for granted because some people can just be struggling and homeless. And I think that it's a terrible thought that there's people in different countries that can be so brilliant and smart, but they're in a community around them which is so violent that they can't do anything. So I think that people should just be grateful for what they have, and they should just spread the awareness around. And you should never doubt yourself or anything, because you have so much that people would honestly switch for you in a heartbeat for that. So yeah.
And finally, we're going to just discuss some quick challenges that we faced when making this website. So as you can see, our website is kind of different than some of the other groups. We actually started from scratch. We didn't use a template, and we started CSS using whatever we knew, which is why we kind of utilized the backgrounds, borders, just text fonts, the basic things that we knew that could make a website look like it wasn't from 2012. So one of the things that we were trying to do is make it visually pleasing, and I think that we were able to do that. We added user input videos, just other effects that would kind of draw the user into this using the front end development. But yeah, that was some of our challenges. So thank you guys.